Imagine constantly moving, say every 2 or 3 years. Your parents aren't even from the same place. How could you possibly build a culture, an identity, a happy life? You might be thinking, that's impossible, and I bet it sounds that way, but I'm here today to prove otherwise. Hi, my name is Lyla, Xiao, Zhen, Belnap. I'm 13 and I'm in 8th grade. When most people talk about culture in motion, they think about culture moving, culture in motion, right? But to me, the motion is the construction. I'm the builder, and my culture is constantly under construction. My family has a diverse culture. My mom grew up in a Chinese city, and my dad grew up in an American suburb. Growing up with a Chinese mom meant Chinese food, Chinese traditions, and a lot of traveling to China to see family. Growing up with an American dad meant we had to do the exact same thing, but a completely different culture. Then my dad decided to become a U.S. diplomat, and we moved abroad. Now I have a Chinese mom, an American dad, and I live in Spain. It left me spinning. Everyone around me had their own culture, but what about me? Which culture was mine? I used to think culture was just the life you were given, where you lived and the people who lived around you. But it turns out, culture is so much more. Culture is made up of a lot of different things, such as ideas, beliefs, and shared experiences with your family. Through this lens, it was clear I was surrounded by so many wonderful cultures. But it kept leading back to the which one is mine question. I was Chinese in some ways, I was American in some ways, and now I'm becoming Spanish in some ways too. But I don't feel purely defined by any one of these cultures. So, does that mean I have no culture of my own? No, I do have a culture, just not one that fits into a nice national or regional boundary. I have my own culture. I have a custom-built culture. My family and I have created our custom-built culture through many different things. One of my favorite is called family home videos. Every single time my family go on a trip, my dad takes lots and lots and lots of videos. He captures my sister and me eating ice cream or my family exploring old cathedrals. When the trip is over and we head back home, my dad puts all the videos together, edits them into one, and finishes it off with music. It took me a long time until I realized that this is part of my custom-built culture. Whenever I watch these family home videos, it reminds me of all the things we have done together, as a family. Shared experiences are a major part of building a custom-built culture, and my family home videos are a reminder of the shared experiences. This shows one of my family's many traditions, eating apricots. When I was younger, my family and I would go to our neighbor's backyard and pick apricots. This became part of my custom-built culture, and now apricots to me are a symbol of the kindness and generosity of my neighbor. Apricots remind me that if you have no use of something, give it to someone who will make use of it. This is a shared value of charity that has carried me and my custom-built culture throughout my life. Would you rather have a face full of eyes or a face full of noses? Right? Noses would be terrible. This is one of the many questions from my family dinner questions tradition. My family dinner questions tradition consists of would you rather questions and if you were stranded on an island, what one person would you take with you and why? Asking interesting questions and eating together is an explicit pattern my family has built into our custom-built culture that brings us closer together. You are freaking my nightmares. Ha, 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 ha. Why are you not laughing? It's a funny joke. Well, it is in my culture. This is an inside joke between my extended family and I. You wouldn't understand it out of context, but it's a thing my younger cousin said when he was younger, and he said it by mistake. This inside joke, how does it connect to culture? Well, it's become such a normal part of my custom built culture's language that I say it to my friends sometimes, which can get pretty awkward because they have no idea what I'm saying. But it's just a cultural miscommunication, just like any other. My nighttime routine is also part of my custom built culture. Every night, my dad tucks us into bed, massages our forehead, and we count to 10 together in Hmong, a language my dad learned when he was on his mission. This has created a feeling of love and safety between me and my family because we have all need to be together. Just like any other culture, food plays a big role in mine. My family and I have officially deemed Friday night hamburger night. This is exactly what it sounds like. Every Friday night, my family and I go and eat hamburgers. One night, I brought my Russian friend over with me to hamburger night. Once we got food, we took the burgers from the brown bag and ripped. Yes, ripped the bag completely open to get the hot, steaming french fries. My friends sat still, face full of shock and terror at the way we ripped the bag like savages. But to us, this was normal because that's how we do it where we're from in the US. It felt great to share my own custom built culture with hers and see hers change as a reaction. Having a strong custom built culture can help add needed stability even when time and location changes. For example, I know that when something in my life isn't tough, I can go and tell my family about it, and they'll understand because we have built a culture together, one that makes us stronger. Having a custom built culture has made me less anxious about change. This is because I know that when something around me changes, I can take and use the custom built culture, not just to survive, but to thrive no matter what. For example, Christmas and New Year's is celebrated differently in Spain than it is in America and China. Instead of missing my old traditions, I've now added cagatillo, a Catalonian wooden log that delivers presents, to my Christmas festivities and ate 12 grapes on New Year's. Even though my culture and my experiences are unique, all of us are living in a world of constant change and motion. Ethnic and geographic cultures are still valuable. I challenge you all to create your own custom-built culture. Just think about it. What inside jokes or languages do you share with your group or family? Do you have a favorite food, and have you shared it with your friend? Do you have a nighttime ritual that makes you feel loved and safe? I bet you can think of several different core values between you and your group. And if you can't, don't worry. Cultures are constantly changing, and ideas and beliefs are constantly being made. And there's no time like the present to build your own custom built culture. Custom built cultures can also help you adapt to new situations and adopt new and diverse solutions. And you can do this because you have a culture built within yourself, one that's not afraid of change, because it flourishes, not in stillness, but in constant motion. Thank you.